I asked him one question also. I'll ask you while we're getting comfortable and stuff like that for what is it, Friday afternoon or Friday evening? Friday Night Live. We talked about Toronto man slang. Right? Like I'm talking about not just like us just having conversations or whatever and people say, "Oh, you guys have a slang." I'm talking about the slang, like, "Yay, yo, so what's going on, fam?" Like the extra slang, right? I asked him, where did that come from?
Yeah. What did he say?
He said, a combination of 6 Reacts Yay track, as well as whatchamacallit. There was another thing that was big that was around that time that forgot exactly the other thing, but 6 Reacts Nyai, right? Because remember, that went viral. That was up on CP24.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. And there was another thing that was that he mentioned around that time that went viral.
Okay.
And after that, like people started making skits of their version of what they feel a Toronto man sounds like. What do you think? When do you think that the whole Toronto man slang or talk started?
What do you mean? That's always been around. These young kids just were born in 2000, so they don't really know when mans were like walking around saying like, hey guy.
Yeah.
Or like we had our own, there's always been slang, and the slang really is a mixture of Canadian, let's say New York swag with Caribbean, right?
Yes.
And I'll be real, it's when it started getting more extreme, it's more like when it was, no offense to anybody who's not dark skinned, but it was more like when it was outside of the urban community.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we have now. Like little white girls make skits like, teaching my parents Toronto man slang.
That is a mockery now. Them a idiot. And I'll give it to them raw. Yeah, idiot. Because you couldn't come in my mother's house speaking like that. And you couldn't come in my house speaking like that. But as some manners and etiquette, they make it seem like we're speaking a broken language or something over here. You know what I'm saying?
They exaggerate how the man them actually speak.
What do you mean? Just like how I just spoke right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, B. That's how a real Toronto man speaks.
Yeah.
Especially when they're cheesed. You see what I'm saying?
Cheesed.
All right.
Toronto man.
See what I'm saying? Especially when they're teed off. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different from the so-called slang that these unurbified people want to come with to make themselves a little money off of our culture. Now, that's where the vulture comes into play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I'll take that. But at the end of the day, I feel that it's the way we're speaking right now is how a Toronto man can really understand me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll be real, and it comes from a joking side of things. When you hear a man go, yeah, eh? That's like a man pulling up with some fresh J's on, and you see him come up and you're like, yeah, eh?
That's how you're moving, eh?
That's how you're moving. You got the new eyes on, right?
The fresh as Christmas.
Okay. So now imagine now not being urbified and you come to the block for one day. You're taking that home with you. That's like the first time I've been to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And when I came back to Canada, I spoke Jamaican for the rest of the year.
Your patois was on point.
Until I got back there, and they called me a foreigner, and I was like, okay, yeah, get back down to size.
You talk like a foreigner, man.
Yeah, you kind of see what I'm saying. So it's a little bit complicated when they come to the hood for one day. Mind you, there's unmelanated people that grew up in the hood.
Yeah. It's not a black or white thing.
Exactly, but they still don't.
Thing.
Yeah, but they still don't speak like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got white boy brothers that they don't speak like that. They don't have to be like, yeah, eh? They'll come through. They'll talk where I can understand them. They're not trying to speak a whole bunch of patois in my ear. You know what I'm saying? And we go from there.
You know, I remember the other name that a man like Joseph mentioned. He said Buxby Ballin. He said, with all due respect to Buxby Ballin, when he started going viral on Instagram back them times too, let's say 2018, 2019, with him as well as the first person that I mentioned, 6 Reacts, salute to 6 Reacts, the Nyai track that went viral.
Yeah.
Then like little suburban kids started picking up and started making videos and this is what their version of Toronto slang became.
And that's
I kind of agree with him with that answer.
It's totally right. We live right now. It's totally right. What I feel, what he's saying, I can never disagree with a man like Joseph because he's a guy who pushed that culture really hard too.
Oh yeah, big.
But it's coming from him, so it was like it was understandable, right? Because he's actually joking around. Mm-hmm. It's a joke thing when you hear us going, that's a joke thing, fam. It's not like we're out here really on the block going, you got a whole bunch of
That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts, B. Man just be getting thrown on their heads every day, B.
Be like, who's this guy? Why are you talking like that?
Who is this guy? He's a fan. For real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. Like I understand, and that's where I don't get too mad when I see the skits. Because I'm just like, okay, they're comedians. They're joking around. Because they know if I was really teed off and I'm cheesed, I'd be like, my guy. You're going to hear me say, yo, my guy, you're moving like that? Yo, come around the corner right now. Let's deal with this.
Fix up.
Right? We're going to squabble right now. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Imagine now you're coming, yo, guy, yo, B, yeah,
fam, walk one. So what? It's a thing?
Slap up, bop, 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 bop. Those guys get beat up. So whoever's making you think that Toronto man's gonna come around and be like, you're in for a real surprise. It's not gonna be no It might be the first. But then after that, it's pure. It's a joke thing, B. Dugga. Like it's not gonna be no play thing. Like see? So they're making us look like we're like some play youths out here.
They got us looking crazy.
They got us looking mad.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So that's why I'm like, okay, you think it's a situation every day, Until I flipping, right? Until it's you catch a one-us, right? Right? That
one-us.
Right? Or you catch it, right? Or they say deaf-us. But what do we know it as?
Listen, they both work with me.
With me, yeah, you'll catch a deaf-us.
Deaf-us came from the inside, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, but deaf-us has always been around.
Catch a deaf-us or catch a deaf-us with
someone
a
catch
shoe.
some deaf-us. You see someone catch some deaf-us.
A wet shoe deaf-us.
Does it, right? Man licked his hand.
Look at this. Yo, Instagram. We're over on YouTube live right now. Pull up. We out here. You know what I'm saying? We smoking good. Scary Potter in the building.
Yeah, you already know.
You know what I'm saying?
Should we release it? Should I let them know?
We'll get to it. Yeah, we over here. Make sure to pull up if y'all want to be interactive with us. Jump in the chat. Comment gang strong. Let's go.
We love hip hop.